Angie Anderson, and I'm doing a book launch today with the help of my beautiful dog, Pippi. Here she is. There she is. And this book is called Music, Sound and Vibration in Special Education, How to Enrich Your Specialist Setting. It's available on Amazon. It's also available on the publisher's site, which is routledge.com, and at the moment if you go there and buy the book there's 20% off, so that's a great bargain. The inspiration for writing this book is the misunderstanding I feel that some people have, certainly Ofsted had a number of years ago, of special schools and music. In a special school, music isn't always about a scheduled music lesson per se. The importance of music in a special school can't be undervalued. This book is dedicated to special schools everywhere that use music, sound and vibration to educate and enhance the lives of their students. It's full of downloadable resources, policies, all kinds of different resources, assessments, all kinds that you can use, free resources. They are available in the book, but they're also available to download from the Routledge site, which makes it even easier for you to do. If you want to ask any questions, then obviously put them in the comments section below. I'm going to do a short reading for you from the book, so you've got a flavour of what the book is about. So let's go from here. I believe that all children can academically achieve, and the only barrier to learning is the lack of expectation. The Institute for the Achievement of Human Potential, founded in 1955 by Glenn Dolman, has had many successes over the years in teaching students with a diagnosis of PMLD. If you're interested in their research and how they've helped innumerable children diagnosed with PMLD and severe learning difficulties to read and to achieve their potential, then you can visit their website, which I've included. I've included here a poem written by Jonathan Bryan. Diagnosed as having PMLD, he attended both a special school and a mainstream school and strongly supports all children being taught to read and write, regardless of their educational label. He used an Eatram frame for eye pointing to spell out words, and I give you information about that in the book in the appendix. So let's hear his poem. PMLD. We are not capable of learning, so do not tell me there's something going on behind the disability, treated as useless handicaps, minds with nothing in there, tragically stuck in a wheelchair, disabilities visibly crippling, just incontinent and dribbling. We are not academically able. You should make our minds stagnate in special education. We cannot learn to read, learn to spell, learn to write. Instead, let us be constrained by a sensory curriculum. It is not acceptable to say we have the capacity to learn. Schools should occupy us, entertain us, but never teach us. You are deluded to believe that our education can be looked at another way. And his final sentence says, now read the poem again backwards, which I shall do for you. Our education can be looked at another way. You are deluded to believe that schools should occupy us, entertain us, but never teach us. We have the capacity to learn. It is not acceptable to say be constrained by a sensory curriculum. Instead, let us learn to write, learn to spell, learn to read. We cannot stagnate in special education. You should make our minds academically able. We are not just incontinent and dribbling, disabilities visibly crippling, stuck in a wheelchair, minds with nothing in there, tragically treated as useless handicaps. There's something going on behind the disability, so do not tell me we are not capable of learning. What a brilliant poem. If you want to find out more about Jonathan, I include his charity and website in my book. To class a child as having PMLD does not tell you whether that child is deaf or blind or both, or whether that child has other sensory impairments. whether that child has Niemann-Pick C disease or Cockayne syndrome or West syndrome or Dravet syndrome or Sanfilippo syndrome, or a host of other syndromes, all of which I have encountered in my years in special schools. The appendix will tell you more about how music helped those students. For now, I want to tell you about how music helped a particular student in 2018. The student had a primary diagnosis of PMLD. He also had albinism and autism. He required the regular assistance of the Vision Support Service and had sensory processing difficulties. He would regularly strip off all his clothes and rarely wore footwear. He was overweight, but he was loved and a very happy child. When karaoke machines and microphones became all the rage a few years ago, we purchased a cheap one to trial. In 2018, his very intuitive, caring teacher came to see me to ask if the school would purchase a wireless microphone and karaoke set, as he had noticed the student making noises into the plastic version we had. He had never made noises before, and James, the teacher, was excited by the possibility. We purchased the set he asked for. The student took them up to the microphone like a duck to water. As long as we gave him a microphone and he could hear the echo of his own voice, he would sing whatever he could hear being sung. He had not uttered a word before. He began repeating not just snippets of songs, but meaningful words too. The class teacher began using the set for registration, and the student said his name in answer to the register for the first time in the 5 years he had attended our school. He began to communicate that he needed the toilet. He began to use a teach station. He would sing quietly and use the karaoke machine. The microphone and karaoke machine were the key to his communication. On the Sounds of Intent framework, he was performing at a level 6. That is not a PMLD level. We ended up buying several karaoke machines with microphones for different classes, and although they certainly assisted with students' communication, none of them had that same profound effect. Music, sound and vibration in all their variations have had equally profound effects on some of our other students, and this book will tell you about those if you read further on the different chapters in the book. Just before I go, I shall tell you about my next book, which comes out in autumn, which is about learning through, which is called Learning Through Play for Children with PMLD and Complex Needs. And that's all about play skills and schemas and the importance of play for our children with special needs. So, take care. And it's bye-bye. From both of us.